What is up, everybody? It is JT Sports and Match you guys with another video. This video, I'm here with my Atlanta Falcons 2021 7-round mock draft. Going to be continuing to do these 7-round mock drafts for all 32 NFL teams. I've just done a couple of mock drafts for the Jacksonville Jaguars, the New York Jets, and the Miami Dolphins. There will be a playlist up above for you guys to go ahead and check those out. And before we dive further into the 7-round mock draft for the Atlanta Falcons, make sure that if you haven't already, that you guys go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel because I upload NFL videos daily. Also, for those of you guys who always ask me, JT, what can I do to help support the channel? The best way to support the channel is by sharing this video on your social media platforms, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, with your friends, family, acquaintances. It's free to do, plus you help support me and you help spread the word of JT Sports. So if you want to support me, make sure that you share this video on all of your social media platforms. So when you look at the Atlanta Falcons have a new regime. They have a new front office and a new head coach and Arthur Smith. And when you have a coach like Arthur Smith who puts an emphasis on running the football, I think it's very important that they try to find a way to address the halfback position while also trying to find out who is going to be their franchise quarterback to lead this franchise once Matt Ryan decides to step down. And I think the right guy for that would be Justin Fields, who I have going to the Atlanta Falcons with the 4th overall selection in the upcoming 2021 NFL Draft. I already made a video about why I feel Justin Fields would be a great selection for the Atlanta Falcons. There'll also be a card popping up if you guys want to go ahead and check out that video. But Arthur Smith he's pretty much a run-heavy coach, and I think drafting Justin Fields would give the Atlanta Falcons run game an additional bonus. When you look at what Justin Fields is able to do as a runner, he's a similar runner as Jalen Hurts, not as elusive as Lamar Jackson, but more of a powerful runner. He can run in between the tackles, plus he has very good size as well, so he can take a pretty substantial amount of hits. And also on top of that, I think Justin Fields going to the Atlanta Falcons will be a good thing because he won't be put in a situation where he has to start right away. He can learn for a year or two, sit behind the bench behind Matt Ryan, then pick up from there once Matt Ryan decides to hang up the cleats. So I have Justin Fields going 4th overall to the Atlanta Falcons with their #1 overall selection in the upcoming NFL Draft. Round 2, 35th overall with their 2nd pick of the draft. I have them selecting cornerback ASANTE Samuel Jr. out of Florida State University. Now, ASANTE Samuel Jr., for those of you guys who are not familiar with the name, he is the son of 4-time Pro Bowl corner Asante Samuel. And Asante Samuel during his time, well, his father during his time in the NFL was one of the better corners in the NFL. And Asante Samuel Jr., to me, is a 1st-round talent, but the reason why he probably won't go in the 1st round is because of his size. He's 5'10", 184 pounds, which is really something that has a lot of people in doubt in terms of his ability to be a starting outside corner, because yeah, he's a really good coverage guy, and yeah, he is a willing tackler. It's not like he's scared to tackle. My thing is he going to be able to handle the more physical wide receivers in the league, such as guys like DeAndre Hopkins? That is my question. So for Asante Samuel, you look at his size, 5'10", 184 pounds, you may be like, okay, JT, he is without a doubt a slot corner, which I could understand that. But Asante Samuel is a outside corner. He does have the talent to be a good starting outside corner in the NFL. The only question is, will his size prove as a disadvantage when he's going against more of the physical wide receivers in the NFL, such as DeAndre Hopkins, like I mentioned earlier? So he is a very good man-to-man corner, but his ball skills needs work. But other than that, if he's able to add on a couple of pounds, at least if he's able to at least get to 190, you would feel pretty good about keeping him outside corner. But as of right now, if he was to start for the Atlanta Falcons day one, I probably would start him at slot corner until he's able to gain a little bit more weight and get a little bit more experience underneath his belt. But overall, this guy should improve the Atlanta Falcons secondary, which the Falcons secondary has been the Achilles heels for this franchise for over the last 3 years. And I think ASANTE Samuel will most definitely prove to be a very good piece for the Atlanta Falcons to build around on defense. And I think he could have an impact right away, regardless if you want to move him at slot or if you want to keep him at outside corner. I think he could have a very effective rookie season for the Atlanta Falcons right away. And I think ASANTE Samuel going to the Falcons will be a really good fit. With their third-round selection, I have them selecting halfback JAVONTE Williams out of the University of North Carolina. Now, JAVONTE Williams was part of the best halfback duo in college football, along with fellow halfback and fellow NFL draft prospect halfback Michael Carter. He pretty much is the same kind of runner as Michael Carter. They're pretty much twins in terms of what they're able to do. They're both very good running through contact. You're very seldom going to see these guys get tackled without picking up additional yardage. They have very good, great contact balance. But the thing that separates JAVONTE Williams from Michael Carter is that JAVONTE Williams is a better pass catcher out of the backfield than Michael Carter. And JAVONTE Williams most definitely has the skill set to be a every down back right away for the Atlanta Falcons. And for Arthur Smith, you don't really know what you're going to get out of Todd Gurley, and the halfback situation in Atlanta isn't really all that ideal. So if you're Arthur Smith, I think you probably would like to bring your own halfback in there, and I think JAVONTE Williams can be that guy. He's kind of like a mixture of Devontae Freeman, but very good catching the ball out of the backfield compared to what Devontae Freeman is. So you look at what Devontae Freeman was in his prime with Atlanta. He was a pretty much Pro Bowl caliber halfback. And you're looking at JAVONTE Williams, who pretty much is Devontae Freeman 2.0, but just happens to be a better pass catcher than Devontae Freeman. So I think JAVONTE Williams will be a really good pickup for the Atlanta Falcons, and I have him going 68th overall in the third round of the 2021 NFL Draft to the Falcons. With their fourth round selection, 99th overall, I have them selecting safety out of Cincinnati, James Wiggins. Now, James Wiggins, in my opinion, is one of the best safeties in this draft class. As a matter of fact, I think that he is a top 5 safety, but I have him going in the fourth round because people still have doubts about his durability because he did suffer an ACL injury back in 2019. Now, he is a solid safety with playmaking ability. Now, he's not well, he's pretty athletic, you know. He's really good when it comes to reading what the quarterback is doing with his eyes. He has very good football IQ. I think that James Wiggins personally has the talent to be a day one starter, regardless if he goes to the Atlanta Falcons or whichever team selects him. I think you're getting a guy who should be able to come in right away and should be able to start for this Atlanta Falcons defense. And when you look at James Wiggins, you also can line him up in slot as well because he's very good in that nickel dime package look. So you can do a lot with James Wiggins. He's very versatile. He pretty much is a fit in every single defense that you want to run because of that versatility of him being able to not only play safety but also being able to line up in the slot in nickel and dime packages. So if I'm Atlanta and James Wiggins is on the board in the fourth round, I could not pass on James Wiggins. You're getting a guy in the fourth round who is able to start and produce for you right away day one as a rookie, and you don't really find that kind of value at this point of the draft. So I think James Wiggins at round 4 for Atlanta would be a steal. With their fifth round selection, 132 overall, having selected offensive tackle Brady Christensen out of BYU. Now, Brady Christensen fits well in Arthur Smith's power run scheme, which I'm pretty sure he's going to try to run since that's pretty much what they ran in Tennessee was power run with Derrick Henry. He's 6'6", 300 pounds. Now, he doesn't have the greatest athleticism, but he does provide you with a lot of versatility. He can play both left tackle and right tackle. He also can play guard as well if you need him to. And he is a very good run blocker. So you look at Brady Christensen, he may not have a lot of athleticism. His athleticism is pretty average, but he does do pretty well when it comes to run blocking. And you look at Atlanta with Arthur Smith, they're probably going to be a premier running team, so I think it would be a good fit for Brady Christensen to go to the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I don't know if he could be a day one starter or not, but you probably could start him at guard, and I don't think that would be too bad. But I think Brady Christensen would be a really good selection for the Atlanta Falcons at this point of the draft. Now, with their 6th overall selection, I have them selecting running back KYLIN Hill out of Mississippi State. Now, I already had them taking a halfback earlier in the draft. I think KYLIN Hill could provide a change of pace at the halfback position, some more needed depth at the position for Atlanta. Now, I was pretty disappointed in KYLIN Hill's performance this season for Mississippi State. I thought he would be more of a bell cow in Mike Leach's offense, but things kind of really didn't work out in his favor. Mike Leach did encourage him to come back and that he could prove that he could be an all-around back, but in all honesty, he pretty much hurt his draft stock coming back for another season, because he probably could have ranked round 3 last year. Now he's probably going to be a round 6 guy. And for Atlanta, you're getting a guy who is probably the best pass catching halfback, or one of the best pass catching halfbacks in this draft class, and you're also getting a guy who can change the pace of your offense. He's pretty fast, he's pretty elusive in the open field as well. So I think KYLIN Hill could provide some good depth at the halfback position in that Atlanta Falcons halfback room day 3 of the draft. So this is it for my 7th-round mock draft for the Atlanta Falcons. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section down below. Make sure that you guys like the video,